dive this time. It's Life Mastery by Magnus Ergren. Have you heard of it?
I have, yeah. It's a good one.
So if you're like me and always looking for ways to like really level up your life, well, this book is packed with strategies and insights. It's all about helping you build the life you actually want, you know?
Yeah, you know what I think is really interesting about this book is how Ergren connects financial success with personal growth. Like, he doesn't see them as separate things.
Totally. And one of the things that like really jumped out at me was his whole approach to time management. He actually says that time is more valuable than money.
Which which makes sense when you really think about it, right? You can always make more money, but you can never get back time.
Exactly. And so to like really emphasize this point, he talks a lot about having a structured daily routine, especially in the mornings. He even has like this whole 70-minute morning routine formula,
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I have to admit, when I first read that, I was like, whoa, hold on. That's a lot to do before most people even have their coffee.
right? It is intense.
Yeah.
It's like 20 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of reading, 20 minutes of meditation, and then another 10 minutes of stretching.
Yeah. But what's interesting is how Ergren actually says that having the structure makes your mornings smoother and even more relaxing.
I know.
Mwah.
It sounds kind of counterintuitive, right?
Yeah. But the idea is that by getting everything planned out and, eliminating distractions, you're actually reducing decision fatigue and all that mental clutter that can build up.
It's like setting yourself up for success on autopilot.
Exactly. And, I was a bit skeptical too at first, but I tried it for a week and I was actually really surprised by how much more focused and energized I felt throughout the day.
I had the exact same experience. It's like once you start seeing those benefits, it's hard to imagine starting your day any other way.
Totally. It becomes almost addictive in a good way.
Right. And it's not just about the morning routine either.
Hmm.
Ergren really emphasizes the importance of like sticking to a schedule throughout the day.
Yeah. He talks about creating a sense of rhythm and flow,
Yeah.
but it's not about being rigid.
It's more about, yeah, being intentional with your time.
Exactly.
Now, okay, so we've talked about mastering your time, but Ergren doesn't stop there. He also dives into the importance of building strong connections.
Oh, absolutely. He's a big believer in that old saying.
Right.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right. And he actually has some really interesting insights on how to make a great first impression. He highlights 3 key elements: taking care of your body, maintaining a clean and organized home, and nurturing your soul.
I love that. Those 3 things.
Yeah.
It's interesting how he connects them all
Yeah.
because they all contribute to, projecting an image of success and competence, which then, of course, attracts others to you.
Right. It's like you saying that how you present yourself to the world reflects your inner state and your commitment to your goals.
Exactly. And he's really big on, dressing well, staying fit,
Yeah.
not just for vanity, but because it shows that you respect yourself.
Yeah. You're investing in yourself.
Exactly. And then he brings up this really interesting point about keeping your home environment clean and organized. Like, he actually says that a well-kept home reflects a disciplined mind.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it can really build trust and respect in others.
It makes you think about the energy we bring into our spaces and how that, affects not just us, but also the people we interact with.
Right. It's those little things that make a big difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the third element he talks about is nurturing your soul, through things like meditation and self-reflection.
Yeah. That's so important. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle and lose touch with yourself.
Totally. And he really believes that when you're grounded in your values and have a clear sense of purpose, it radiates outward.
You attract the right people and opportunities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've talked about mastering time, building connections. But what about when things don't go as planned? Setbacks, failures.
Yeah. That's where Ogren's perspective really stands out. He doesn't see failure as the end. He sees it as a chance to learn and grow.
He actually tells this great story about 2 brothers who each get a lemon. One brother just eats it right away, but the other brother uses it to make lemonade and eventually builds a whole lemonade empire.
That's a perfect analogy. It shows the difference between thinking short-term versus long-term.
Right. And it really speaks to that entrepreneurial mindset, seeing opportunities where others might just see obstacles.
Totally. And what I love is that Urban doesn't just leave you with the story. He gives you actual steps for analyzing your mistakes, like asking yourself, what happened? How did it happen? What can I change?
He's all about turning those setbacks into stepping stones.
Exactly. It's about taking control of your life and using those experiences to make better decisions in the future.
I love that. Speaking of taking control, one area where Ogren gives some really helpful advice is personal finance, especially for aspiring entrepreneurs.
Yeah, he has some interesting ideas there.
Like his whole concept of becoming your own bank. That really intrigued me.
It's a powerful concept. It challenges how we usually think about managing money.
Can you break that down a bit for those who haven't read the book?
Sure, imagine you have like $5,000 saved up. Instead of keeping it in a regular savings account where it barely earns any interest, you could use that money to fund a side hustle or invest it in something that could potentially earn a much higher return.
So you're essentially acting as your own bank, lending yourself the money and earning interest on it.
Exactly. It's about being proactive and taking charge of your financial future.
I love that. Now, are you ready for what Ugrin calls the ultimate goal? Becoming your boss's employer.
That definitely got my attention.
It's a bold statement, but he doesn't mean it literally, of course. It's more about reaching a level of success and independence where you're calling the shots.
You're in control of your own destiny.
Yeah. And he actually breaks this down into a series of achievable steps, starting with thinking like an owner, even if you're still working for someone else.
It's about taking initiative, looking beyond your immediate tasks, thinking about the bigger picture,
And he also talks about the importance of building a strong network.
connecting with the right people. People who can support you, open doors, and eventually become your clients or collaborators.
And of course, financial independence is key. Ugrin talks about creating multiple streams of income and investing wisely so you have the resources to pursue your own ventures.
He also emphasizes the importance of becoming an expert in your field.
Becoming the go-to person,
Mm-hmm.
building that reputation for excellence.
And ultimately, it's about creating something valuable, something that fills a need, whether it's for your former employer or your competitors.
It's about being indispensable.
Exactly.
Reading this book, it's like Ugrin is painting this picture of what's possible when you combine self-discipline, strategic thinking, and a commitment to creating real value.
And I think it's important to note that Ugrin's message goes beyond just making money.
It's about creating a life of true wealth,
Mm-hmm.
which includes having time, freedom, taking care of your health, and building meaningful relationships.
Yeah, it's not just about the money. It's about creating a life that you know is truly fulfilling.
On your own terms.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the most powerful messages in this whole book. Like, it's about aligning your actions with your values and creating a life that feels authentic to you.
And he doesn't pretend it's easy. Ugrin acknowledges that it takes real effort and discipline,
Yeah, he's not sugarcoating anything.
but he gives you a roadmap.
Yeah.
Practical tools and strategies to help you along the way, whether you're just starting out or, you've already achieved some success and you're looking to level up even further.
He meets you where you are.
Yeah, I really appreciated his direct, no-nonsense style. It's refreshing.
It's straight to the point, no fluff.
Exactly. So if you're feeling stuck or you're just ready to, take control of your life and create something really meaningful, I highly recommend checking out Life Mastery.
Yeah, it's packed with actionable advice that you can start using today.
It's not about waiting for the perfect moment.
It's about taking those small steps now and building those habits that will compound over time.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Life Mastery, what one idea or strategy are you going to take away from this and actually apply to your own life?
Ooh, that's a good question. What small step can we take today, inspired by Ugrin, to, start building that life of true mastery?
That's a great question for everyone listening. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you found it valuable. And until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.